Yeah. Good morning. So this is about uh, principles of marketing. What is the course actually about? I know your instructor varies. The current instructor for this course is my wife, Angie. I have taught this course for 6, 7 years, and I've found that the best way to describe this course is that as it is taught here on the virtual campus it's a very broad exposure to all the aspects that you would need to know about marketing. I do believe that it goes into a lot more detail and covers a lot more areas than a principles course should, but the gist of it is you're going to go through all the chapters, you're going to take some quizzes and those kind of things, you're going to write some papers, and you're going to develop a marketing plan for a company or on a product. The marketing plan is there for the instructor to see if you understand the various components. So each of the sections under the marketing plan needs to be developed as much as possible. Now, there is a way that an example I've used that I've found my students really relate to a lot easier. And that is, if you go down to the bottom of the week one section here, go all the way down to the bottom, it says optional personal marketing plan template. Now, if you go to that template, what you'll see is it actually was used in my Contemporary Business 2 class on campus. But this template basically is a marketing plan on the product you know best, and that's you. When you graduate, you will be marketing yourself, whether you are looking for a job or looking for a promotion within your current job. You'll be marketing yourself, and you'll need to understand the various aspects of what it will take to grow that product. So always please make sure you put your name at the top. If you do use this as an option, put your name at the top, because I know that Angie likes to print out a lot of the papers, and so often we see students not putting the name on the top. Your elevator speech, basically, you are trying to raise curiosity. You've got 15 seconds to get my attention. Don't waste time saying your name, your major, where you're from, and all the rest of stuff. Nobody cares until they decide you sound like you're pretty interesting. I want to find out more. So when you give your elevator speech, the response that you're really looking for is a curiosity one, where the person you're talking to will say something like, how do you do that? Or that sounds really interesting. We need to talk. At that point, you say, my name is Kevin Phillipson, and this is what I do. So, example, my elevator speech, I'm a college professor. I also own a couple businesses. I'm a coach. So if somebody says, what do you do? Which one do I start with? So what I've found is the most effective is if someone says, what do you do? I say, I inspire the youth of today. And see where their question then goes. Wow, that sounds interesting. How do you do that? Well, it just depends where you're coming from. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I'll put it back on them. And they'll say, oh, I've got young kids. Oh, great. So what I do is I do coaching, and then I go that direction. If they say, I'm in business, then I go in a business direction. So your elevator speech must raise curiosity, get people to want to talk to you more. At that point, you can give them your name and all the rest. So when you write your elevator speech, it's 15 seconds max. Get my curiosity, get my attention. Otherwise, I'm getting off the elevator and I'm on to the next thing, and I'm just going to say, hey, nice to meet you. Have a great day. And I'm gone. Not a good connection. As you're going through the chapters in the book, you're going to see different sections on like the marketing strategy or situational analysis, SWOT analysis, marketing research, target markets, product description. What is your product? Oh, I'm a person, I have a degree. Well, is that really your product? Is that what I'm buying when I hire you? Is that what I'm getting? Or am I getting a highly motivated individual who can work in teams and lead well with expertise in marketing and campaigns as well as personal selling? Oh, so that's your product. You're not just a college graduate with a bachelor's degree in marketing. You got to be a little more descriptive. Your product description must address my needs. So if I say, I have an iPhone, great, you have an iPhone. I have an iPhone that has an amazing camera that really, because it's the Max, it's got an amazing screen. So watching your screen for watching videos on your phone is, you're not watching a small screen. You got a nice big screen. It fits in your hand nicely and takes amazing pictures. Oh, so I would probably want to look at that. So tell me a little bit more about what the product is. Positioning yourself. Think about the positioning very carefully. Promoting. One of the hardest things for people to do is promote yourself, because we're often told, don't be boastful, and those kind of things. So we don't want to talk about ourselves, but you need to know how to talk about yourself in the correct way. Personal selling. What is your sales promotion? How would you promote yourself? How would you advertise? Where are you going to advertise yourself? On LinkedIn or on Indeed? Where are you going to promote yourself? And public relations. What have you done in the media? Public relations also in this situation, a potential employer is looking on your social media. So that's your public relations. So if you're looking at getting a job in an accounting firm or something like that, and they're looking for an organized, somewhat conservative minded type person that's not going to be loud and all that kind of stuff, and they look at your social media and you're the life of the party and you partying every Friday and Saturday nights and you're out at the lake making a big hoopla on the weekends, maybe that's not the right fit for us. So that's your public relations. Distribution. Where are you going to send out your resume? Where are you going to distribute your information? Now, this pricing is probably the most difficult, because consider this: you go for a job interview and the person hiring says, man, you're a great fit. We're going to start you out at 40,000 and you'll get regular benefits and those kind of things. You go home, you call mom, dad, and you say, hey, got a great job, salary, start next week. Get to the end of the first month and you think, oh crap, I need to get a part-time job because I can't afford to live on my full-time job. So now I need a part-time job so I can keep my full-time job because I price myself too low. Your cost of goods are your fixed expenses, your car payment, your rent. Your variable expenses are your utilities and your lifestyle. Do you like to go out on a Friday night and a Saturday night? Do you have a significant other that you like to take out? Well, those are all expenses that are variable. Your student loans, your car payment, your rent, those are fixed. So know what your fixed expenses are, know what your variable expenses are. Figure out what your total expense load is for the month, including lifestyle, because you got to live. So have some fun, but then add on the insurance, the taxes, and then aim just a little bit above that. So if your number comes out at, say, I need $2,500 a month to cover all my expenses, roughly add on about 1/3. That's going to cover your taxes and your deductions and benefits and those kind of things. So call it $2,400. You're going to add on 1/3. That's $800. Now you're at $3,200. So you need 3,200, which is, close to $38,000, $39,000 a year. So you're going to ask to start at between 40 and 42. They're going to probably bring you down a little bit. But if they bring you down to 38, you can live with it. If they say we'll start you at 36, you have to decide, am I going to give up a little bit of my variable expenses? Or do I say, no, I can't take that for that? Now, if you tell them you can't take that and you need to earn more, what are you doing that's adding more value? So you can't just say, hey, I need to earn more. You have to look at things like your branding, your value adds. So if somebody says, well, I can start you at 36 and you need 38, well, I can understand why you want to start a new person at 36. But when you hire me, I was a leader on my team on campus for 3 years. So I'm a team player and a leader. My peers respond well to me. I have often worked in groups on campus. Here's some examples of the projects that we did in my marketing classes. This one I got an A, and this one we did this. Here you can see that you're not just hiring someone with a college degree, you're hiring someone with experience that actually can hit the road running rather than come on board and you have to train me. So that's why, the extra $2,000 is worth it. So I've shown them value that's added to the average. So that's what this personal marketing plan is about, how you're branding yourself. What is your social responsibility? How do you address that? What are your philosophies and your opinions and those kind of things? So it really gives you a nice understanding of how a marketing plan would be addressed to a product or a company. That's how this course works. It works well that way if you do that. Obviously, as it says, that is an option. It's not a requirement. You can do a traditional marketing plan on a business and go and figure out how would you market a local restaurant or a local business, develop a marketing strategy, but bearing those things in mind. What are you adding value? How are you pricing it? And all the rest of stuff, all of those things have to be taken into consideration. If you have questions on how to do this, please reach out to Angie. She will gladly set up a discussion for you. And I wish you all the best. Enjoy the class and graduate soon.